Hi YouTube, here's my Hoover Turbomaster soft bag, U4362. I've got it complete with the attachments, which is nice. Now this model is in really good condition and it runs extremely well. It only has a slight problem, well I say slight. One of the wheels had completely smashed, so I've managed to just fit a Turbo Power 1 wheel on there for now, which seems to work okay, but it's like having a spare wheel from the boot of your car and putting it on your car when basically one's popped. It's like it looks really small and really stupid. So, but anyway, it seems to work fine, so I'm not too bothered. Anyway, I got this off of eBay for £15 buy it now, with about £8 something postage. Can't remember the pence, but oh well. But yeah, it's in real good condition. It cleaned up really nicely. Got some new belts on it, brand new brush roll. Bag was washed. It's got genuine H4 bag in it now. Excuse me. And like I said, it's got the sort of botch up wheel job thing on it. Sorry, I think I'm getting a cough again. It's not unlike me to constantly get coughs all the time. But anyway, so yeah, this is in really good condition. Now this is one of the rarest Turbomasters. They're all getting pretty hard to find now, but this particular model soft bag is one of the rarest because it didn't sell very well. Because the Turbomasters were quite a high-end cleaner, really, and well, selling it in a soft bag kind of defeats the object of it being high-end, because by the time the Turbomasters arrived, the Hoover Junior was a really budget cleaner, so soft bags were getting pretty old-fashioned and quite budget vacs, really, so they didn't sell very well, really, and people just went for the onboard tools models. Now most of the time I'm for Turbo Powers, Turbomasters or whatever with the attached tools, because I think they look complete and really nice. But I really do like the way the tools fit on this, and the suction's a lot better actually through the wider twist lock hose thing. And the way it fits in is quite interesting, really. A bit primitive but quite interesting, and is really convenient compared to the Turbo Powers. So anyway, these came out in about 87, 86, something like that. And there was 3 models. There was this model, which was the soft bag, in like this blue type shade. And then there was a sort of a off-white, sort of grey almost, Turbomaster hard bag. And it just had a bag light, it didn't have electronic or anything. And then there was the Turbomaster electronic, which again was a hard box with variable power and a bag light. But that was the top of the line model. And then a year or so, or probably less than a year later, they brought out models with onboard tools, so you could literally have the tools on board with you all the time, rather than having to get this box out of the cupboard whenever you wanted to do above floor cleaning, which is quite convenient, but it made the machine more awkward as this cleaner is a lot bigger than the Turbo Power cleaners were. So ignore the iPhone there. I'll give you an overview of it. So I haven't polished this up yet actually. This has just literally been put back together after it's been washed, so I haven't got a chance to polish it yet. But anyway, as you can see, here's the cleaner head, which is a lovely design. I think it looks really nice. Quite chunky, I suppose, but I think it looks really nice. So as you can see, it says Hoover Turbomaster there. 4 carpet height settings. So you've got 1, which is for carpet tiles and hard floors. And then number 2 is for low pile. Number 3 is for medium pile, and number 4 is for long pile. And I'm sure a lot of you probably know this, but when you actually turn the cleaner on, the headlight sort of it's like a, I don't know how to explain it really. The headlight causes this thing to sort of like reflect, a bit like a reflector, and it brightens up, so it makes it look like it's all electronic-y. It's very 80s, but obviously when you move this across, you can probably just see it actually with me shining my camera on it, like the flash. It brings this little plastic device over, which has just got like a rectangular shape cut out of it, so the light shines through in that one area. I have seen Turbomasters which has got this piece missing, so all the numbers light up and the whole thing lights up, and it looks really cool actually. But it's quite good having the just the one number lit up how it's supposed to be. And I suppose the only reason I guess they did that was so you could see what carpet setting you had it on if you were vacuuming in the dark. Although you would think that the headlight would show that up anyway, because this is really, really bright. It's a 12 volt, 12 watt headlight bulb. It's really bright. It proper like brightens the room up if you have the lights off. So anyway, yes, very old-fashioned looking headlight lens there. You've got this tool conversion thing here, so you push that, and then there's a bit of muck in it there, but you slot the hose down in there. There's a little sort of, you see that velvet thing there, not velvet, but it's like a piece of material anyway, which is supposed to prevent loss of suction. Further up here we've got the air freshener, so obviously you move it to the right, it's supposed to decrease the fragrance, and as you move it to the left it increases it. But there's not that huge of a difference really, because it doesn't move very far. I tend to just like leave it in the middle because it looks nicer. On this side obviously we've got our carpet and hard floor setting, so which obviously means it turns the brush roll on and off. So when it's in carpet, the belt shifter puts the belt on the pulley which drives the brush roll, which has got the brush roll belt attached to it. When you put it on hard floor, a little belt shifter shifts the belt over onto another pulley, which is free spinning. So you have the advantage of being able to turn the brush roll on and off. So there's a very nice colour and pattern in the bag. It's got a nice Hoover badge on it there, and it unzips all the way around, kind of like an Auric bag does. Obviously this is much better than an Auric. So the bag's very clean, it smells very nice. This is a genuine H4 bag, probably a high filtration, but it says for all Turbo Power, Turbomaster, Turbolight and Junior U4362 and U4362 models. Ultra clean filter apparently. Yeah, the high filtration bag recommended for sufferers from asthma, dust associated allergies or discomfort. In fact, all those who value clean air, this bag also benefits the environment because the paper used in its manufacture is unbleached. And it's got like a, I guess, a fill line there, or that one. Probably that'd be more of the fill line, wouldn't it? But anyway, they're relatively big. As you can see, that air freshener thing again there, how it opens and closes. But I usually leave it in the middle, so it's kind of half open. Interestingly, which to my surprise, because obviously I'd never seen one of these in the flesh before, it's got this bag cage thing, and it's got like this spring-loaded thing at the top, which keeps the bag erected, I suppose, if that's the word you'd like to use. Kind of reminds me of the Turbolight, how the fill tube's just sticking out there. Because that wasn't common for our Hoover cleaners to have the dirt going up the back of the handle like that. Ours usually had, well, it does have bellows, but it didn't usually go inside the handle. It went in a separate fill tube inside. I know the Hoover Elites, the American Elites, and our Turbolight cleaner had the dirt going up the fill tube. Sorry, the handle. So this will probably be quite tricky to do with one hand, because you have to kind of, I don't know, never mind. Yeah, you have to like press that spring-loaded thing down to zip it up, so it keeps it in this nice shape. So at the top of the handle it says Hoover Turbomaster. It's kind of tatty, that sticker. I had to stick it back on because it had fallen off and sort of been crushed in the box when I had it delivered. Yes, there is a bit of a squeak in the handle. That could probably get annoying. So, just a basic on-off switch. 360-degree cord hook. A carrying handle is also here in the centre, so it's carefully balanced. A cord hook at the bottom here, which is a lot sturdier than the ones that came on the hardbox variations. As you can see here, that's the original wheel, that's the undamaged one, and this is a wheel from a Turbo Power Junior. It's a lot smaller and less wide. So there you can see the bellows, quite pliable. I just spotted the rating sticker actually, that reminds me to show you. I keep forgetting recently in my demonstration videos. There's a little button there, if you press that, that releases the bellows. I might do it now actually, so I can show you how that works. So you just press it, like that. It's kind of hard to do when you've only got one hand. And that sort of releases the bellows from here in this little thing. Cartridge, I guess you could call it. And you can squeeze them together, and well, you don't even have to take it out, to be honest. You could just clear it from that, and that just fits back in, and the fill tube thing is there. That's only a little section about that long. It stops when it gets to just a little bit further inside, and then the dirt goes up the handle. So that just fits back in under that little, it's got like a little catch thing on it there, and that has to fit into a little slot like that, and then you can push them back into place, which will probably be easier done from this side, like that, and they should be relocated in place. It's kind of easier to take the bellows out on this soft bag Turbomaster than it would have been on the hard bag variations. I do like to just give it a bit of a push just to make sure it's correctly located. So while we've got the handle reclined, let's show you the rating sticker. So as you can see, it says Hoover model U4362, 240 volts 50 Hz, 575 watts, which is a lot more powerful than the Turbo Power cleaners. Some later Turbo Powers in the later 90s, 97 maybe, 96, would have had a 575 watt motor, but generally Turbo Power ones had a 400 watt up to a 450 watt motor, and those were the quieter ones. The ones that in the really late 90s and about 2000 had a 600 watt motor, and they screamed. I'm not even joking. It was so loud. So anyway, it says Beeb approved, with the little Hoover logo in the corner there. Serial number U4362 811-05746. The 811 means it was made in November of 1988. Trademarks of Hoover Place, made by Hoover Place, Great Britain. So obviously this is a British-made cleaner. And before I show it you in action, you can see the cord there. I'll show you the brush roll. Now this is an activator brush roll. I believe on the American version of this cleaner, which was the Innovation, well, it's basically a Turbomaster, but it was called the Innovation in America. It had this same brush roll, and it was called the Quadraflex. It said it on the hood, but it's actually an activator / Quadraflex. The Hoover Elite brush roll was similar to this, how it was like this sort of helix shape and the bristles were on this like built up sort of beta bar type thing. But obviously, because this is the activator, it has little beta pads, and this does work very well. As you can see, this brush roll's been in storage in its packaging because the bristles are a little bit flattened, as you can see, but they'll straighten out with time, hopefully. Quite different looking than a turbo power underneath, I suppose. And obviously it's much easier to clear a blockage in the chassis, because all you have to do if there's a blockage, you just lift that up. Obviously you can't do it when it's reclined, it has to be upright for some reason, otherwise it won't let you open this fully. So as you can see, it's quite dangerous really. You could stick your fingers down there because that's the fan where that hole is. It's quite dirty down there. I have cleaned this, honestly. I've just been using it a couple of times today, and I really do like this clean. It's a very nice machine. So anyway, I'll just show you the tools or the box or whatever, and then we'll get on with the demonstration. So as you can see on the box, it says Hoover Turbomaster, and it's got a picture of the dusting brush, crevice tool and upholstery tool. Quite 80s looking. That's the hard bag electronic. Shows you how they fit in. Model U4362. The side of it says Hoover Turbomaster again, and the model number of the tools. Same picture as before. The top of the box it says Hoover Turbomaster U4362, made in Britain. Shows you what you get in the box, the hose and converter, the extension wand, crevice tool, dusting brush and upholstery tool. And it's just the same on this side, except it's got a barcode as well. So I'm guessing you could just pick these up from like anywhere really. I suppose you could go to like a supermarket back then and pick one of these up and take it to the tills, and they'd probably just scan it. Which, to think of it now, seems quite weird how you could go to if they sold these in like Sainsbury's or whatever, you just go to Sainsbury's and get a Turbomaster. But they do sell Dysons at Sainsbury's now, so you know, nothing's impossible, I suppose. So anyway, I'll pause the camera while I throw some muck down. We'll see how this performs. Okay, so I haven't actually got any sawdust left at the minute. I'll have to buy some more. I'll just shred up some wood. So I've just put some sugar on the carpet here, which will kind of show the agitation as well. I didn't say before, but the cord is 6 meters, by the way. So anyway, obviously the brush roll shut-off thing comes into effect when you stand the cleaner up, as well as manually be able to shut it off to clean hard floors, which reminds me I'll show you how it performs on hard floors as well. So, I'll just clean this up here and we can give a bit of a demo. I've put some on there to show you the tools. The tool suction in this is actually really good. I was so surprised how good the suction was compared to the Hoover Turbo Power pan converter set. So, anyway, here goes. So as you can hear, it runs fantastically, which is good. So I'll show you how the tools fit on. Hopefully my camera doesn't cut out on me because I have no idea how much memory I've got left. So, to obviously put the hose in, you press down on the little tab and shove it in. It goes in that way with the wider side down. Some dirt has just fell out there, but I won't be able to do this, I don't think. Hang on. Let's try it. Let's just YOLO it. There we go. Look at that. So anyway, it just slots in. It kind of pushes in, so these ripply parts, let's get that into focus, push right in like that, and then it goes down, which stops it from pulling out. So let's first of all show you the suction on this thing, and then I'll clean up this mess. A Turbo Power 1 would never have done that. Lift up that cushion there. So suction from these tools was far better, in my opinion. So to try and shorten the length of this video, I'll just pause a second while I go to the hard floors. Okay, so I've put some salt down, not sure how well you can see that, but just click it off for hard floors. I need to put it on number 1 as well, because apparently that's the hard floor setting. So let's go, let's see how well this will work. That was really good. Such a practical machine, if a little noisy, but very practical and very good. Probably perform better than the Turbo Power. Although I've never bought a brand new brush roll for my Turbo Power 1s, any of them, so maybe it's just that, but they are more powerful, definitely. Better hose suction and bigger in general. So anyway, hopefully you've enjoyed this very long video, that was my Hoover Turbomaster soft bag U4362. So thanks very much for watching, and stay tuned for a video on a Hoover Vortex. So yeah. Thanks for watching.